Management is to get the things done through others. Management is a process of administrating and controlling. So there is a focus, there is a system, and what happens is you follow the system, definitely you're going to reach your destination. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Vidhyaashram from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Students, here we go with the business management, and the first chapter in the first day. The first chapter is concepts of management. In the last session, I told you about how the marks will be allotted, how much we are supposed to go with this chapter, and what exactly the smart way of learning is all about. And here we're going to start with the first chapter, that is concept of management. So these are the topics which are there in the first chapter. I always tell my students to go with the firstly is you need to learn the definition about the topics which are there in your subject. The first thing here is the definition, which is very compulsory for all the questions, and then there are 4 of the main topics which come in the part A, B and C. We all know that the MYSURU University, they deal with the scheme of valuation and the examination pattern. The examination pattern are like this. We have 3 parts, that is namely we have part A, then we have part B, and then we have part C. So totally we have 3 parts. In the 3 parts, what usually happens is part A is for 5 marks, part B is 10 marks, and part C is 15 marks. So you are supposed to prepare for these type of questions, which will be like 5, 10 and 15. So you will never get a question like define management. So you'll be getting a question which is a 5-mark question. So what exactly you should do is, whether they ask you or they don't ask you about define, you are supposed to go with the definition given by the author, definition given by the economist, definition given by the business gurus or the management gurus. So what exactly the definition is all about? Definition is a particular term which is like somebody has already defined that word, and you are supposed to just take those words and you are supposed to remember, understand, and then write it. Next one here is we have characteristics of management. Now characteristics of management is a 10-mark question. See, characteristics is all about what? Once you know the meaning of management, what exactly happens in management, what are the characteristics of management, if you come across, then it is very useful for you to score 10 marks very easily. Next one is management and administration. Here what happens is management is totally different from administration. Understand the combination here. Now management is to get the things done through others. Administration also is the same as you feel, but when you understand the chapter, when you understand the topics, you will get to know that yes, there is a wide difference between management and administration. The next one we have is functions of management. Today a small topic of functions of management which I'll be covering it to you. And the last one we have is different concept of management. The entire chapter is all about the concept of management, which I'll be telling you the Japanese technique, the UK technique, the USA techniques. I'll be explaining more about the techniques which are used in the 21st century rather than the things which were before. Now we are supposed to get equipped with the modern techniques, how the 21st century competition is being the cutthroat competition, what exactly happens, why there was a problem, and what are the solutions for those problems. Everything we're going to discuss in this chapter. So stay tuned to Vidhyaashram channel, and then you will understand all the different topics which are very, very important, as well as it is very, very interesting. So the first topic for the day is the meaning of management. There are so many students who have moved from science to commerce. So for them, I'll just tell you what it is. Management is all about getting things done through others. Now it is like, I need water. So how is that you will ask? You're gonna ask your maid servant, you're gonna ask your mother, father, whoever is around you, you're gonna ask them. if they are doing it or whether they are not doing it, it's all depends on how you ask them. So that is all about the management skills which you are supposed to have. The same way it is actually taken to the broader spectrum, that is the companies. Now in companies, what happens is you have levels of management. Levels of management will be there. That levels of management will decide who will listen to who is superior, who is inferior, who are the people who are subordinates, who are the people who are in the top level. You'll understand more about those things. So the first thing is you need to know what exactly management is all about. So please take a notebook and I want you people to write it down, because I want you to know this, because this is the basis as well as it is a basic foundation for any of the topic in commerce as well as in administration. The first one is management can be defined as. See here, you need to understand definition, right? Management can be defined as the process. When I say process, it is continuous. From your first standard till your 10th standard, what all happened? The management you would have done, right? Knowingly, unknowingly, you would have told somebody to do the work, you would have told somebody, you would have requested somebody. Now what it is it like after that one kind of management it is done? No, you have continued it. So that's why management is always what? Continuous, and it is a process. That means step by step process of administrating and controlling. What is it? Management is a process of administrating and controlling. If the controlling goes, management goes. The beauty of management is management should be there with a beautiful administration and controlling. Now you are getting the difference between management and administration as well, right? Now what happens is controlling the affairs of the organization, irrespective of its nature, type, structure and size. Whether it is a small company or it is gigantic company, we don't bifurcate anything. There should be something called controlling and administrating. Irrespective of the nature, type, size, management should be there. Next one is, it is an act. What is it? It's an act of creating and maintaining such a business environment where the members of the organization can work together. See, when there is a management, usually management is called as a military concept, and if management is not there, you will get to know that something is wrong, something is annoying. But if management is there, you'll feel it's a disciplined way, it's a uniformity, formation is beautiful, moving with smooth managerial functions is actually very easy. So that is what the management aims at. Management aims at working together and achieving business objectives efficiently and effectively. See, understand, this concept is very beautiful. The reason is management is one of the things. Management is military concept. When I say management is a military concept, that means what? There is a class, there is a discipline where people can work together with what? Efficiently as well as effectively. So that is what management is all about. So in a nutshell, if I need to explain you about the meaning of management, sir, we did not understand what exactly the administration is, what exactly the controlling processes, military concept, we don't know. I'll just tell you in a beautiful way. Now management, right? Now management has something like this. Now the first one here, second and third. So remember these three key points and you will understand management in the whole. Management is an art. When I say it's an art, it's a kala. It's the way you do it. So management is an art. Done. So management is an art of getting things done. So you're getting things done. Getting things done. Right? Getting things done. Chalo. It's an art of getting things done. Whom? Through others. So this is what management is. So management is an art of getting things done through others. And the last word is the fourth one, efficiently and effectively done. So management is an art of getting things done through others efficiently and effectively. So this is what management is all about. So hope you have understood the topic. What is management? Management is an art of getting things done through others efficiently and effectively. Getting anything done. Anything it can be, right? So that is called as management. So here what happens when you are telling somebody to do something, you are controlling them. And when you are giving them directions, when you are telling them what to do, that is called as administration. So that is what the meaning which I told you before. Now here what happens is, it is all continuous process. It's a beautiful process of it. See, somebody is working for you. Somebody is getting your work done. So it's beautiful, right? It's all very easy, right? So that is what it is. So here we have listed few of the characteristics of management. Now, characteristics of management. Getting things done through others. Now the characteristics are, one thing is for sure, management is universal phenomenon. When I say universal phenomenon, can you give me one place where management isn't there? And that one place people should be there. So when there are people, that means management is definitely present. Even if they're not talking, even if they're not smiling to each other, management will be there. And management is always what? Intangible. You cannot touch, you cannot see, but you can always feel it. That management is there. Here, next one is distinct process. It should happen. It should happen. When I say universal phenomenon, everywhere, wherever human beings are present, right? Management will happen. That's why it is called universal phenomenon. We always usually tell that as pervasive, right? The next one is distinct process. It should happen. Management should happen. Management will happen. Social process. Yes, human is there. Human beings are there. So it is always what we call it as, it's a social process. And I'll tell you, there are few of the research which is being done to the animals, where animals are also showing management. Now you'll be surprised that, sir, how is that management is even present within the animals? See, even we are the social animals, right? So what happens is, even the animals are getting things done through other animals. So that is what it is. You can go with a lion hunting the deer. A group of lion, right? They are hunting the deer. In the sense, what happens is, again, management is there. Without management, they cannot hunt a deer. So that's the beauty of it. Next one is, management is what management does. So here what happens is, all the MNC company, corporate, industries, factories, whoever it is, what they really want to get it done through others, they will get it for sure, because you have something called levels of management. Now, if the top level will tell you something to do, you are in the middle level, right? The top level will give you instructions, orders, and they'll tell you that you are supposed to do these things. Will you deny? Definitely no. You cannot deny, because they have the authority as well as you have the responsibility. When your parents will tell you something, sometimes you will not do it, right? Because it's all about the affections which you people share with each other. But if your principal tell you something to do it, you are abide by the rules of the college. You are abide by the law of the college. So you are supposed to do it. So that is what it is. Management is what management does. The next one here is group activity. When I say management is a social process, individually you cannot do it. So it is always what? Group activity. Management is always a group activity where you will understand that when you are in a team, when you are with other people, management is so very needed. Your ego, your clashes, everything you are supposed to keep it aside, and then you are supposed to work for the objective. See here, human is a heterogeneous person. When I say heterogeneous, each and every human being is totally different. But still, when you are working, what happens is you are supposed to be homogeneous. That is, your mentality should match with others, or else what happens, it is very difficult in this competitive world where you cannot think something different the way the other people think. See, thinking should be there, but when it comes to the real work, you are supposed to always have something called coordination. So that is the beauty of management, where the management is there, exactly the coordination will come and takes its place. The next one is getting things done through others. Now, I don't need to explain about this getting things done through others. I told you the real meaning of management itself is what? Getting things done through others, and that to what? Efficiently and effectively. So please repeat the same characteristics, because I want you people to have a strong base in the first foundation class. That is, the first thing is management, meaning you got to know now management. Everywhere management should be there, whether it is a developed nation, developing nation, or underdeveloped nation, you are supposed to go with management. That is why it is called universal phenomenon. Everywhere it is mandatory. Next thing is, it's a distinct process. That means it should happen. It should happen, or else you cannot function in a company, or you cannot do anything within some of your friends. If they are there, you cannot do anything if the management is absent. Next is social process, because we are all human beings, we are supposed to have this management. And next is management is what management does. When I say this, whatever the top level will tell to the middle level should do it. Whatever the middle level will tell to the supervisory level should also do it, because it's a military concept, right? Next thing is group activity. Yes, social process, it's a group activity. The last one here is getting things done through others. So I've given you here 6 of the characteristics of management, and next I'll be giving you again 6 characteristics of management. Thing is goal oriented. Yes, if you practice management the way the management is to be done, it aims at something called, it achieves the goal properly. So there is a focus, there is a system, and what happens is you follow the system, definitely you're going to reach your destination. How is that you should manage yourself, right? Exams are near. 90 days is there for the examination. What is that I should do? Every day 1 hour I need to study. If you manage yourself, and every day, not even excluding, right? Not even excluding Sundays, if you study for 1 hour, you will definitely get 100 on 100. That is the beauty of management. That's why it's called goal oriented. Next is dynamic. Management is dynamic. See, everywhere it is unpredictable. What will happen, we don't know. But management has something. When you are already prepared for all the worst situation, whether the climate changes, whether people change, whether the market changes, you will also change. That's why it is always called dynamic. It's always what? Dynamic. Next is decision making. When you are proper, when your group is doing the work properly, what happens is it is very easy for you to take a correct decision and then move forward. See, that is what it is, students. Early morning, getting up at 5 o'clock and then finishing all your stuff, and then you continue with your day-to-day activity. How beautiful it is. But if you get up at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, there are few of the students who also get up at 2 o'clock afternoon. So what happens is the entire day is for a waste. So you can see the differences here. Though it is a dynamic, but what actually happens is the more clear you are in your life, what happens is you can take more decisions, as well as you can be a good leader. See, that is the beauty of management. Management will create good leaders. Now, I'll give you an example of Apple company. Now, this Apple company here, what happened was, Tim Cook was the COO of Apple company, and he never knew that he will be something like that. And he was really working really hard in Apple. And after Steve Jobs' death, Tim Cook became the CEO of Apple. The reason is what? The management was good. He was doing his work properly. Now they got to know that because of his disciplined way, because of his dynamic nature, what happened? They gave him the CEO and they made him a CEO of Apple. It's all because of a proper management. Next is, yes, as we know that we cannot see as well as we cannot touch, but we can always feel management. And the last one is science as well as an art. This topic I'll be explaining you what exactly science is, what exactly art is in the next sessions. Now, a quick recall about what exactly the characteristics of management is. The first one is goal oriented. Yes, it is always a goal oriented. Second is dynamic, decision making, good leadership, intangible, and the last one is science as well as an art. And now we'll go with the last topic of the day. The last topic of the day is called functions of management. Now, I'm not given anything about the functions of management. I'm going to explain you in a nutshell what exactly the functions of management is all about. The first thing in the functions of management is we have something called we need to plan. That is called as planning. What is it? The first functions of management is what? Planning. You are supposed to plan. And I told you management is a process. Management is a process. How exactly the process comes, I'll just explain it to you. The next process is after you plan, you are supposed to organize. What is that? Organize. We call that as organizing. What is that called as? Organizing. So planning is done, organizing is here. The next one is after you organize all the things, you are supposed to go with staffing. What is it? Staffing. That is a right person at a right place. You are supposed to plan and then you are supposed to organize, then you are supposed to do staffing. So there are three things which I told you. And next one, it's continuous and that is called directing. What is it? Directing. Now, directing in the sense now you have done staffing, that is a right person at a right place. You need people who can do the work properly. So then directing. You need to guide them. That is called directing. And next one here we have is, the next one is controlling. What is that you're gonna do? You will do controlling. Now controlling. After controlling, again it comes to planning. That's a complete process. Management is what? It's a complete process. The first thing is here planning, then organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. In the next session, I'll explain you more about the functions of management. Until then, students, thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you.